You're watching Pegari TV, Rhode Island's public access channel.
Hello and welcome to another incredible episode of My Wheelhouse. I'm your host Seamus, and we're getting closer to the basketball season, closer to football season. Starts next week. Game of Thrones is over, but we all know we've all been thinking about Kyrie.
I got a DVR.
Okay, I won't say anything about it. Joining me again as usual, Uncle Mike and Logan. How you doing, guys?
Real good
stuff.
Excited to get going. And first time ever, Sloan. Welcome to My Wheelhouse. How you doing, Sloan Piva?
Pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me, guys.
I agree. I'm very excited about it. Basically, obviously, we're going to be talking about Kyrie Irving and that whole trade debacle, so I tried to kind of load the wheel with multiple topics about that. So we got a couple different things on there and other stuff to do. Hopefully, we'll play a little bit of games after that, get Sloan involved in some of our other segments. Without further ado, let's see our first spin.
All right, here goes nothing.
Go Sloan.
Good luck.
Okay. The wheel's turning.
It was a gentle spin. Okay, tampering comes up first. This will be a relatively quicker topic. It's all spurned off the fact that the Pacers, Indiana Pacers, and Kevin Pritchard requested that the NBA look into Magic Johnson tampering with contacting Paul George. And it's a pretty erroneous thing for him to request because it's obvious that players contact players. GMs are very haphazard with their contact with players, but everyone does it in such a outlandish and unrecorded way. Nothing has a paper trail, so there's no really way to punish for it. So I just think it's pretty hilarious. What have you guys heard about this topic? Do you think there's any way they get punished? If they do get punished, what's going to happen? What do you think?
I think everybody does it. I think it's just like there's so much going on that's like in between the lines that it's just like it all happens. It happens all the time with everybody. So I don't know how it can affect.
What was it? The biggest example.
And then it's it doesn't make any sense at all. He didn't even go there. He didn't even go there. Like, who cares?
And Indiana's it's just like sour grapes where they got to talk about something because, man, they're taking it on the chin and that team's not looking very good. If I was looking into tampering, I'd be more concerned about where he is now going to the Lakers next and what's going to happen with Paul George in the next 12 months than even looking back on it. And the only evidence we got is the Jimmy Kimmel show and a wink. Is that what we got for evidence right now? Well, so stupid. It's a waste of time with that.
I think it's just a combination.
It's
a combination with the fact that Paul George had already spoken about wanting to go to LA, and then Magic being so outspoken and kind of just forward with his thoughts and his process. What do you think?
He bought a house out there too. I mean, but it's a futile thing. I mean, the NBA is not going to be able to punish, based on these archaic rules. No.
But what's strange is they start talking about what the punishment is going to be, and it's just kind of like they throw all that out there, and it's like, why don't they even go that far with it?
These days you have the players doing most of the work for the owners and for the GMs too. So I mean, if you have rules that started about 20 years ago, and now all of a sudden you've got players on social media able to talk to the other players.
So completely eradicating steps that are
Magic's got that kind of personality where he can almost say anything, and with that smile on his face, it's like, oh, it's okay. What did you say? You just said I was over Paul George's house last night. Oh, it's okay. It's Magic.
Yeah, he was just over for dinner, whatever. Yeah,
really.
Well, isn't it always the Lakers too? Like, wasn't there kind of like a little tampering when there was like the Chris Paul?
Magic's got a history.
Well, Chris Paul, that was a big deal. With that. That's the main reason that Stern gave to vetoing that trade was tampering, even though he never gave any more evidence on it afterwards. It was just kind of like.
So what's that? The Clippers with Doc
way
Rivers?
Way back. That was in like 2009.
You're talking about the Doc Rivers one, right?
No,
well, that was one too, though.
Well, CP almost got traded to the Lakers, and Stern was the intermittent manager or GM because the GM spot for the Hornets was vacant at the time, so he was the sitting GM. And he vetoed the trade, even though it was accepted by the president and a couple other people in the organization.
So that must have been pretty egregious.
Yes.
So it's always the Lakers.
Worst case, what if there's an email or a text message somewhere that comes up? Like, I think it would be hilarious if Paul George was restricted from going to the Lakers.
That's what I mean.
Because that's what one of the punishments
would be. That's what I mean.
Punishments would be picked, or he would be stopped from going there, which I think would be pretty funny. But I don't know. Do you have any other thoughts? Or next topic, right?
Spin it.
Yeah, next thing. Let's get out of here. We know what we want to talk about.
Oh, that was aggressive. He didn't like that. He's going aggressive.
This is Sloan's big test. Oh, yeah.
Okay, is the
There you
Earth flat? All right, this is a good. Okay, so
Juicy one.
It's not flat.
So this, this is
And
basically this is just a topic to segue into other superstitions that players throughout
Cool.
history have had. So obviously it's spurned off of the potential new Celtic, Kyrie's so-called belief.
So let's
even
talk
though,
about him first then.
Okay, well, yeah, well, that's what
Because
that's.
it really is a lot to that story, I think, with Wales. He was playing a game.
I think he still is playing a game. I think
With
he's going
the
to play a
media.
game for his entire life.
So he's looking to get, it's working because now, 8 months after he said it, what it was, it's doing exactly what he had planned it
Right.
would do. People are talking about him believing that the earth is flat.
Right.
He doesn't believe the
No.
earth is flat
He thinks
anymore
it's
than
hilarious.
the EU does. But he loves the fact that the media out there is grabbing this thing and giving it some legs and giving it some life. And there's a point made. There's a point made. Hey, look at what I can do. I can say the earth is flat, and you guys are going to take it and run with it, and it's going to stay alive for a while.
I agree. I mean, he doesn't think they're this.
But I got this one. Okay, which Boston superstar knows where Sasquatch is and is all over Sasquatch? Knows where he is looking for him. It's his passion.
Current Celtic or past Celtic?
I said Boston superstar.
Oh. This current superstar or past superstar?
Big Poppy.
Right now. Current superstar.
Chris Sale, I mean, he's
On the
crazy.
DL.
On the DL, I don't know enough
I
about
don't know. That's baseball.
Yeah,
Sloan might have
Sandoval.
The longest tenured Red Sox.
Can't do it.
Dustin Pedroia.
Oh, I was going to get that with the
Come
longest.
on,
I would have.
he-
I knew
he-
it.
I figured because you know football a little bit, maybe you know some baseball. Oh
That's
my
a very.
God.
Wait, how am I'm supposed to guess the person who knows where Sasquatch is? I'm sorry.
I gave you some pretty good clues.
All right, moving forward.
Superstar,
right, so
Boston.
we
There's only a couple
went
of
away
those.
from the
How many
wheelhouse on
superstars
that
in Boston?
What is it?
Probably 5 superstars in Boston.
Pedroia is not a.
Yes,
okay,
he is.
he's a
whatever.
superstar.
Okay, whatever.
He's an
superstar,
MVP.
whatever,
He's a
superstar,
potential Hall of Fame. And you don't know anyways.
Rajon Rondo, game day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's
every
another.
single game day takes 5 showers.
5 showers.
Michael Jordan wore his North Carolina jersey under his game jersey.
No, shorts. He didn't wear his
Shorts?
jersey. Shorts.
Okay.
Shorts.
Yeah.
North Carolina shorts under every game of his career.
Jason Kidd
Yep.
blows a kiss to his wife every time he shoots a foul shot. And when he got divorced, I'll keep this as neat as I can. Before he blew the kiss, he wiped his hand across his butt.
He's got to keep the same routine.
I know, but I
gotta
mean,
keep the same routine.
it's what he did.
Jason Terry, every night before a game, he wears the opponent's team's shorts to bed
Okay.
to sleep in them.
These guys are nuts.
Yeah, there's very unusual. There's so many random things. Go ahead.
Wade Boggs.
Okay, yeah, sure, go for it.
Once willed himself invisible while he was being attacked inside of a car to move from the back seat to the front seat.
What?
True story. True story.
What does that
Wade
mean?
Boggs.
What does that mean?
Well, it's goofy. It's like Wade Boggs actually says that he was in a situation where he was being assaulted and he willed himself invisible. from the
Maybe
front
it was
seat.
a night where he had 57 beers.
Oh,
Maybe
well,
it was one of
well,
those
right
probably.
afterwards.
But anyways, he's on record saying doing
What is it?
that.
The last one I have is Karan Butler would drink 1 2-liter bottle of Mountain Dew throughout one game. Every game he had, he drank a bottle of
And they
Mountain Dew.
finally ruled
healthy.
against it, right? They finally
82
would not-
bottles of Mountain Dew a game.
And they
I
finally
said
said he
season.
couldn't do that or something.
Well, that's just like Lamar Odom with his candy addiction.
That's right. That's
Oh,
right.
wow,
Well,
yeah.
what's that? He's the same guy that chooses straws. He would eat like 10
Oh yeah,
straws a
who
game.
did choose the straw?
Karan Butler, same
Karan
guy.
Butler.
Same guy. He's drinking through the straws with the Mountain Dew and then he eats the straws. You guys got any
Nonsense.
weird superstitions? There's like obvious ones like LeBron
Yeah.
does the powder, KG pounds his head. Like
Remember Jeff Hornacek always put his hand on his
Wait,
cheek,
free throw?
before the free throw.
yeah, he was. It was really weird. It was like so gentle.
It was supposed to be to his kids, I guess.
Yeah, I
It
guess,
became
whatever.
a superstition.
got
I
any
think it's bad luck to be superstitious.
I agree. I walk under ladders all the time. All right, we can move forward. It was,
All right.
it was supposed to be kind of a outlandish type thing.
On to the next one.
I agree. Almost. Okay, so MVP odds. No, we'll just do it. It'll be real quick. Real
It's
quick.
on the MVP odds.
Yeah,
right?
MVP odds. So real quick, these have not been adjusted since the so-called trade has been enacted.
I've seen one that has been adjusted.
Okay, but I'm gonna run through just the best odds
Okay.
so far. So Westbrook is still number 1. KD's 2. Whatchamacallit? LeBron is 4. Kawhi's 3. James Harden is 5. Giannis is 6. Steph Curry is 7. Anthony Davis is 8. And then Isaiah Thomas is 9.
Wow.
And Gordon Hayward, it was like something like 18 or 19. He's plus 7,000.
So I kind of go with that. But the interesting one I saw, the trade. Kyrie was 50-1 before the trade, and he's 15-1 after the trade.
They're really hiking him up. I don't know if I agree with that.
Those are Las Vegas odds. Well, I mean, Kyrie is going to 15-1.
Well,
after
your
the trade.
pick, like weeks ago on the show, your
IT.
wild pick was IT to win MVP.
Yeah.
Right.
He was 5th last year.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he's like, that's not even a wild guess.
No.
5th last year. I say
No,
I think
I
he's
also
got-
threw Blake Griffin out there, which
I
I'm
know,
embarrassed by now because he's a Kardashian. I don't like that.
Well, so if Isaiah Thomas was 5th last year, he's got a good chance to be in that same range.
Not no more, baby.
I know, not anymore. But if you put Kyrie Irving, I don't think it's anywhere near top 10. He's 15 right now.
No, I'm just saying, but look what happened. It's because when he was with LeBron, he had no shot, so his odds were 50-1. He moves to the Celtics. Now, as a Celtic, he's got completely different odds than he had before with
Yes,
Cleveland. That's the
obviously,
point.
but what I'm saying is it's nowhere near Isaiah Thomas.
I'm sticking with my theory that I think
It's
Gordon
pretty
Hayward's
close.
gonna be
What's
top 10
Isaiah
MVP.
Thomas?
15-9.
Yeah, but that's 15-1. What's Isaiah's odds? What's the actual odds?
Before the trade, it was plus 2,500. What are you thinking of the IT standing potential to be MVP? Who do you think is most likely to be MVP?
IT has no shot
Right.
if he's on LeBron James'
Yeah, no
team.
shot.
Okay, so does that make LeBron more likely to be the MVP with IT?
I would say LeBron's chances are improved
Yeah.
without Kyrie and
Yeah.
with IT. I don't think Kyrie's chances are drastically improved as much as the
long as-
odds
as
are
much as the odds
suggesting.
say. I think they are.
I think Gordon's going to be a lot more pivotal player than those odds
agree with that.
suggest.
I agree with
I think they're
True.
I think the Celtics have a more well-rounded team too. I don't think the Celtics are built to have an MVP on
Right.
their team. I
Caliber.
think they're supposed to be.
Well, the type of way I'm thinking about it is if all cylinders are clicking, we're a 57+ win team with the #1 seed in the East, where we beat Cleveland when we play them, we split games, whatever. We take games away from other top teams, maybe beat the Warriors once, whatever. Best case scenario.
So we have to have somebody in the top.
That is a real best
Yeah,
case
so what?
scenario.
Okay, I'm
so.
saying best case scenario.
mean,
who would be
hold
the highest in the voting for the MVP?
Kyrie?
I stand by. I know Kyrie is better than Gordon Hayward, but I think Gordon Hayward would be a more integral part of our offense and our defense, and overall be more important for our team's success because of how he would be. He's going to be forced to be the team leader. Because I think that we're only retaining 4 Celtics, and he already has the rapport with Stevens, who is obviously such an important engine to the Celtics team. And I really think that he's going to step forward as this leader. He's going to step forward as an offensive player, and we're going to see things come forth on the defensive end that we haven't seen before. I'm expecting a big season out of Gordon Hayward, whether it's Kyrie, Isaiah Thomas, no matter what it is. I think Gordon Hayward is the guy to watch.
He's just more vocal. Kyrie's not vocal.
He's weird.
Kyrie's not vocal.
Kyrie has hit the shots that make you an MVP. I mean, you can.
Not
It's
when
just
the
that in
MVP
all our heads
game
right now,
MVP.
that
Not
shot
when
he
the
hit
MVP.
against Golden State. That shot he hit against Golden
Okay,
State.
but that shot when you hit Golden State isn't.
I know it's not, but he's
not-
hit those type of shots.
not included
He's
when
hit
you
those.
vote
He's
for
hit
what you
game
vote.
winners.
Yeah.
That,
So is Gordon Hayward.
Well, they establish you as an MVP. I think one of the things that's going to happen with the Celtics is that you look when the other big three came, Allen and Garnett and Pierce. They were hungry in a way where they had to feed into the common good because they all hadn't done it before.
Right.
Kyrie's already done it. I wonder if, and this big three is really going to do the same thing for this team to be successful. They've got to be able to, as a unit, those three guys, Horford and Hayward and Kyrie, have got to come together and feed into the common good of the team.
Right.
And that's yet to be determined whether that can happen.
Okay, final thoughts on MVP before we spin again?
I think the Celtics, as currently constituted, well, if they get Kyrie, I think they're going to be built like the San Antonio Spurs of the East. I think that's what they're shooting for.
Balance,
That's a model
yeah.
that they're looking
But
for.
is Kawhi Leonard not an MVP
Kawhi's
candidate?
never.
Speaking
I don't
of
think
the
Kawhi's
San
ever going to be an
Antonio Spurs,
MVP.
Shay, you got some big news.
I owe you $1. I owe you $1.
I don't want to
$1.
be the one to talk about it.
I owe
What's
you
the
$1.
news? This is Wheelhouse News.
London Parentes has been signed by the San Antonio Spurs.
We got a ways to go yet. but
Dollar
I'm
bet.
really excited. I'm excited for the dollar. I am.
Sorry,
But I'm
brought
more
the Spurs
excited
up.
for the Parentes. I'm really more excited
No,
for
I'm
him.
happy you brought it up. Congratulations, London
And
Parentes. He
if
sucks.
this trade goes south, we are going to need a backup point guard.
Oh, well, London Parentes is off the market. Oh, boy.
I know. Well, we don't know what kind of
Okay,
contract
spin
he
it.
got either. I couldn't find the type of contract anywhere.
I think it might be a two-way. Spin it.
Could be. That'd be
so
nice.
he's
A
a
two-way would be
D-leaguer?
pretty.
Still counts.
That doesn't even count.
Two-way.
as a
No, I
dollar.
like two-way.
It's a rip-off
Kobe
dollar.
challenge. We really don't want to
Well,
talk
I
about
like
the trade, I
spinning.
guess.
You
Okay.
are right there with Ray.
So this is quick. The Kobe challenge is just this thing where people are requesting Kobe Bryant to give them a challenge of the upcoming year. It might not even be sports based. It's just like I need a personal goal. So the most famous ones are things to do with Giannis, John Wall, and Isaiah Thomas. But before I go to those, there are a couple of other ones, like he challenged DeMar DeRozan to go back to his hometown of Compton and rekindle a friendship that he had lost when he was a kid.
Kobe?
Yeah, Kobe.
Talking
He's
friendships?
challenges. He's giving out challenges.
Nasty.
And he puts like weird passion, detached, honesty. He puts like weird things with them. I mean, I can't show it on the screen, but, and then he says Kendrick Lamar, he challenged him to record a label to revolutionize the music program at a high school. So a lot of them are random, but anyway.
So Kobe's really doing this.
Yes, he challenged Richard Sherman to break the Seahawks single season interception record. So they're completely outlandish. They don't really have a base, but obviously he's most prevalent in the NBA. So he challenged Isaiah Thomas to make first all-team NBA.
Wow, I like that.
So do you okay, I'll go with the other ones. He challenged John Wall to make first All-NBA defensive team, and he challenged Giannis Antetokounmpo to be MVP.
Well, let's back up a bit. It looks like there's going to be two camps. There's going to be a Kyrie camp and Isaiah camp. You got Durant coming out and defending Kyrie to the max with what's happening with him. Yep. You got Kobe coming out on Isaiah's side. There's a nice split there so Kobe's going with Isaiah.
So out of those three, IT All-NBA first, John Wall All-NBA defense first, and Giannis MVP. Which one do you think is most likely? Which player do you think is most motivated by this Kobe challenge?
Isaiah's out. If he's on the Cavs, he's definitely not making the first team. I mean, he's not going to make it over Westbrook. He's not making that team. He's on LeBron's going to overwhelm him too much. But I mean, John Wall can totally win Defensive Player of the Year. He gets 2 steals a game. He's a monster. Just the player.
Just the team.
Just the team. Oh yeah, he should.
Well,
I like that one because Kobe needs to challenge people that are possible and make sense.
Right.
Like a coach. If I was a coach of John Wall, I'd be like, why aren't you on the first team NBA defense?
Yeah, the quickest guy in the
league.
league.
Well,
fastest guy in the
he's
league.
declined a lot, not a lot, but he's declined. John Wall, he's declined marginally defensively over the past couple seasons.
Oh, okay. But his overall game is
3 years ago, he was at his defensive peak, and you could tell he was really IQ based, and he was able to combine that with his athleticism and his speed. But now he's taking more risks.
So he's doing the Rondo defense.
Well, kind of. And he gives up on more plays because he's probably just putting more energy into offense. But he's still an elite defender, and he shows.
And he still gets 2 steals a game.
I think that Giannis.
And what was Giannis?
MVP. I think he's the most likely out of these 3.
I don't know. Small market in Milwaukee. That's going to be really, really hard. There's too many guys standing in front of him.
I don't think it's unreasonable for him to.
LeBron and Durant and Curry and
I don't think it's
Westbrook
unreasonable for him to come out, average 25, 6, and 6. Finish
5th in the voting.
With 1.9 steals and 1.9 blocks a game.
Well, here's the thing. If Milwaukee is maybe top 3 in the East, then maybe
which is possible.
Entirely possible. And you keep Chris Middleton, Jabari Parker, everybody's healthy. Those 3 haven't even played together yet.
Yeah, enough.
All at the same time? They haven't all played together at the same time.
They've only played it's like 15 games or something.
Not much. Not much. Right. Small sample size.
So I think that's
he's definitely the best player on the floor.
Get him the bench.
Joey will take care of him. So Malcolm Brogdon too. Take care of him.
I think
Giannis, boy, he's good. He's as close to a point big guy as there is in the league. A guy that you can actually give the ball to and let him actually.
Look out for Ben Simmons. All right, I'll spin.
Yeah, I know, but he's got a long way to go.
I noticed you use the nail to spin. Some people hold the
I
board.
think
Maybe
he's
it's
doing a
technique.
marvelous job.
He's done great.
Let's go to Celtics.
That's not your fault.
No, spin it again.
It's
Spin
jinxed very well.
Jinx me on that
Sometimes
one.
we just move it to. Shay will tell you what to do.
Okay, we can just go to the Cavs outlook.
Go to
I think it's on
Cavs outlook. All right, so this isn't about the trade. This is about what you think with the pieces that the Cavs brought in. How do you think they look this year? How do they look the years moving forward? And just overall, what do you think the likelihood that LeBron stays? So they have Isaiah Thomas. They brought in Jay Crowder. They brought in Ante Zizic.
So we're going to call it a trade.
Pick.
We're going to
We're
call
saying
it.
it's going to.
Calling it a trade as is. Calling it a trade. How does this change the outlook for the Cleveland Cavaliers this season and beyond?
I think one thing that's happening that's interesting to me is that it's starting to come out that LeBron is prepared to go at this hard. I mean, he is training, he is conditioned. He's looking to have a big year right now for Cleveland. What does that say? If he's coming in here to play, and I believe he's at the peak of his
He's my
career.
MVP pick.
So that he brings a lot to the, and he's going to have that chip on his shoulder because Kyrie imagine LeBron with a chip on his shoulder, and then you got Isaiah with a chip that's on his shoulder. I think that Cleveland could win it this year.
I think it depends. It depends how well they.
Don't mess with LeBron.
I need to see them on the floor together.
They need another piece. If they need another piece in order to win this year, but obviously they're going to be in the finals. They're going to be competing. They're going to be they're one step below the Golden State Warriors. They need one more piece to beat them.
2 steps.
Maybe. But I think LeBron's still out after this next year.
Yeah.
But I think the Cavs got more out of that trade than the Celtics. And they're asking for more now because Isaiah's not healthy.
Right.
I think they got more because of the pick.
If the trade goes south, the Celtics got beat bad if the trade goes south.
What do you think about the Cavs looking
Because
forward?
when it goes south, it means that Isaiah's damaged goods, and it
Right.
means that he's not going to be playing at the beginning of the season. And so it really works out worse for the Celtics if that trade doesn't go
We'll
through.
talk about that if we can roll trade.
Okay, so the
we're
Cavs,
still
we can keep going with that because
we're
there's a
doing
lot
Cavs.
there.
I want to go to trade so
But I think
bad.
the Cavs
Cavs.
are also go ahead.
I think the Cavs do need another piece. I agree with Logan. I don't know. I think that there's just something missing, and they need a lot more steam if they're going to be a championship.
But how about that number one pick?
So
Of
yeah,
course,
that's
going
does that hang in there with
forward,
LeBron?
that's
He's
something
looking-
beyond.
I know, but
Long term, that's
LeBron
great.
is sitting there and he's saying, "Let's see how the ping pong balls
No,
go
LeBron
for
doesn't
us."
want any of
No, he
that.
doesn't care
LeBron
about
got
that.
the first
He
pick in the
wants to
draft
trade
already.
that
He
pick.
got Wiggins. LeBron James got Wiggins, the first pick. He said, bye-bye, see you
doesn't- he
later.
doesn't
He's
care.
not
He
saying
said,
bye-bye
yes,
to Bagley.
yes,
he's
he
not,
is.
He's not saying bye-bye to Bagley.
Andrew Wiggins was
He'll say
like
bye-bye to
top-notch.
Tristan Thompson before he says bye-bye to
Andrew
Clemson.
Wiggins
Yes,
was
I
a
agree.
highly regarded
Yeah, but
pick.
Andrew Wiggins plays the same position as LeBron.
You don't think that he could? LeBron could
LeBron
motivate.
plays
LeBron
five
doesn't
positions.
need-
You don't think that LeBron can motivate a 3-team deal that lands him Carmelo Anthony, DeMarcus Cousins? That you would hate that deal for them, but would that not help them more somehow getting rid of the pick? You don't think that he would
Yeah,
say,
it
"I
would.
want to win now.
It would.
Show me you want to win now. Maybe if we win a championship,
Well,
I'm more likely to stay."
I'm even smelling the banana boat ended up right in Cleveland this year with D Wade getting bought out
I think he's there
and
100%.
Carmelo getting bought out.
I'm-
Both of them ended up on the Cavs.
I think
I think those are the pieces that will make him even with the Warriors.
I think
Really?
I think lock it in. Dwayne Wade is going to be a Cleveland Cavalier by December. Lock it in. 100%.
so. There's a big piece.
Yeah, I think he's in. That's not a huge piece, but that helps.
That'd be a huge
Oh,
piece if he
it's a
doesn't
good
start.
piece.
If he doesn't
Although
start when he
he's
starts.
the same thing as who's the guy Chicago who they just get
Derrick
Rose.
Rose.
Yeah. So what do you
way
need
better than
him?
him.
Yeah, but you got him and Wade. That's a odd way to split up the minutes.
Yeah, that's something it's peculiar. They would be losing their shooting, which is one of the
Why
tools
isn't
that LeBron
Carmelo
wants
letting them
most.
pull the trigger on this thing? Why is he sitting there saying?
So what was happening is if they land D Wade and they have all these assets, I think that Carmelo would come out and say, if you can work a deal where I'm getting enough money, I would come there.
Did you
and
see
I
where?
would
Did you
accept
see
the
where
trade.
this week 2 things happened inside the Knicks? One was they released a PR piece looking to recruit season's ticket buyers, and they put 3 or 4 players' faces on
Melo
it
wasn't
without
on.
Carmelo.
Yeah, Melo
Then the
wasn't
GM comes out with a manifesto on the state of the Knicks, the GM, and doesn't include
Doesn't mention
Carmelo's
Carmelo.
name in 1,200
They're
words.
still
He
trying to
doesn't
freeze
make
him
it.
out.
So-
You would think they would have improved from this pettiness when Phil Jackson left. You got to respect your players, or other players aren't going to come to your team in the league in the future. It's ridiculous that management acts this way, and I think it's like.
I think
It's a
the new GM is a good
fiasco.
GM.
Oh my God,
I
it's so
think
stupid.
Mills is a good GM.
But why would I don't like the shaming of players. I think it's just so nonsensical. It doesn't make sense. Why would you do it? If you want Carmelo to leave, you can trade him. He told you where he wants to go. He has a no trade clause. You hired a person that gave him that no trade clause. That's your bed that you need to sleep in because you made that happen.
They'll eventually buy him out. I think if this gets to the trade deadline in February, they're eventually going to buy him out because they don't want him. Obviously, they don't want him. They don't want to build it. He's not included in their plans.
No, definitely not.
Yet, one thing you pointed out last week that I thought was really interesting, and it's been in my head, is that he was unanimously voted the team leader, the most important, the team that the guy that
Teammates
they
love
all
him.
That's
The teammates
teammate.
love him.
the team, and that says something about Matt's article about where did I mean they would look at me and they would say, "Boy, are you stupid, Uncle Mike?" To be thinking, I mean, the players, and that's why the
fans love him
that's how
too.
they
New
separate
Yorkers
themselves
love him
from the
too.
media and the fans.
Oh, yeah.
They're looking
His
at
fan base is
Carmelo,
huge.
and then the other thing I'm thinking, is it off the court? Is he buying them dinner every night? I mean, what's? But that's kind of.
I bet you that has a lot to it.
But
It's all about like relationship
But
building.
including
and that
him,
type
we
of
want him here to lead us,
team. Yeah.
which is crazy. Yet management doesn't want him here.
No, management's idiots. Even without Phil Jackson, they're still an aberration, an abomination, whatever one you want.
Noah loves Jackson.
Yeah, just put it on trade. We'll talk about it. All right, so as far as right now, Kyrie Irving got traded to the Boston Celtics for, as previously mentioned, Isaiah Thomas, Ante Zizic. Jay Crowder. Oh, we didn't even talk about Jay Crowder. Can we talk about Jay Crowder real quick for the Cavs?
Sure.
Real quick. All right. So I really think that he's a very crucial piece for this team because LeBron James is depended on to be their best defender and best offensive player on both sides of the ball all throughout the entire playoffs. And I think Jay Crowder's presence is really going to help LeBron ease up and be able to conserve his energy for things that matter more. And in late game situations, you can have both of those guys in there, and it's not as big of an issue with guarding Kevin Durant. And then you can put LeBron in short stints on Steph and Clay and stuff like that. And I think it would really help them a lot more. I don't know if you have anything to say about that, but I think Jay is a very underrated piece of that.
So I say, but Jay Crowder, one thing I'm looking at is that when you look at the Celtics and what they got now, they've got a bunch of unproven players and a bunch of still developmental staging players.
Yep.
They've only got one proven player, and that's Horford. Crowder was one of the proven players, Bradley was one of the proven players, and Thomas was one of the proven players. All the other guys there, they're not proven. They've got a lot to prove. Every one of them, Hayward, Kyrie Irving, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Tatum, they've all got proving to do. They're not proven players with the Celtics. They haven't proven themselves to me yet.
Crowder developed into a proven role player.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Somebody that you knew what you had.
I think Hayward is a proven player. I mean,
he's a proven player, but he's
maybe not in a big market.
I don't know if proven's the word you're looking for.
Well,
I understand what you're saying,
okay.
like expectations and like kind of like what responsibilities.
They got to settle. Crowder, you knew what you had.
Right.
You knew it was very dependable. You knew exactly what you had.
His ceiling just isn't as high as Kyrie's and Gordon Hayward's.
But you don't know what they're going to give you yet. You don't know how that's going to work.
I know what I'm going to get. Baseline, I'm going to get the best ball handler in the league and an elite scorer in the fourth quarter and throughout the rest of the game. And in Gordon Hayward, I'm going to have a versatile scorer who can play off ball and is going to work well in all of Brad Stevens' sets.
Okay.
Best case scenario, I have two of the best scorers in the league.
Are they going to give you any grit? Are they going to be
right.
You don't know the gel.
Are they going to be tough defenders? Are they going to be
right.
rebounders? They got some proving to do.
I agree. All right, so overall, the trade, okay, so we don't know 100% has happened. My outlook on it is there's no way that these players are not getting traded. The trade is going to happen. And I really think that the only thing that could happen that would be different would be some type of combination of we giving them a second-round pick, and if we give them a first-round pick, we're going to be getting some type of asset back in the future or something like that. I just think there's I forget who used the quote, but Danny Ainge and management were drawing a line in the sand with what was required. Rumors were coming out that the Cavs want Tatum or Brown, which is obviously completely ridiculous.
Absurd.
And it came out later that the Cavs haven't actually requested anything to be added. They're still just waiting, kind of a stalemate. So I don't know whether that report was falsified or just kind of like hinted at. So what do you think? Do you think the deal's going to happen? If it does happen, what are we going to lose? Are we going to lose anything?
If it doesn't happen, Kyrie still gets traded. I can't see him going. I don't understand. Like, they tried to bring Kyrie and LeBron together to repair whatever is wrong with it, and they couldn't do it, which is, I don't understand that, but that's real. So Kyrie's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, they're talking Phoenix a little bit, and they're trying to find something that fits there. If Isaiah comes back to the Celtics, they got him, and they're going to have to try to make that work out. That's going to be a real challenge in terms of, I think you've got to almost guarantee him the max to get anything out of him.
Yeah, this trade's going through, for sure. And I think that,
I
think Dan Gilbert got involved a little bit. I think Danny Ainge is holding his ground. I think he's going to be like a Belichick here. He's not giving up anymore.
I think we got a big problem.
Like Logan said, it's a good trade for the Celtics. It's a great trade for the Cavs. They're not going to get a better deal than this.
So
that Brooklyn pick, I mean.
He ends the season, he goes home, and he has virtually no contact with the Celtics, and then declares that he's not going to have surgery. Now, I'm saying, why isn't the Celtics medical team out there to check this out and find out what's going on with Isaiah instead of, I don't know what doctor he wanted. Now he comes and he's traded to Cleveland. Cleveland's doctor takes him and looks at him, and what if Cleveland's doctor is saying this guy needs surgery?
I don't think that. I think you're understating the knowledge that is had by the Celtics.
Well, I'm stating the team doctor versus Isaiah's doctor. Isaiah's got a lot on the line here. Isaiah loses. He's in his end year. He's looking
the Brinks truck.
He's looking for the $30 million.
It's on its way.
He's not looking to play that card. Surgery ends his career.
The Celtics are aware of his current injury status. They're aware that there's potential that he would need surgery, and if he isn't, that he's going to be recovering from a surgery. The Cavaliers also know all of this. And in
Danny
the conversation
Ainge was
between us,
transparent.
He's very transparent because he's not going to tell someone that's not happening. He's not a lying person.
Do any of you guys think that trade's going to go through if he needs surgery?
Yes.
No
I think
way.
The trade is going
no
through.
way.
He's not the best asset in the trade for Cleveland. He's not the best asset in the
Cleveland can
trade.
still trade Kyrie. They're not going to.
They're
not going to give him as much.
For the Brooklyn pick. The Brooklyn
Why
pick
would you
is
want
the best
Isaiah
asset.
Thomas if he's going to have hip surgery?
Because
if he
he's
loses
a-
any
he's a-
speed, if he
Because
loses
the
any
Cavaliers
speed
are
at
still
all.
going to make the playoffs.
He's the
and by the
second
time he comes
best
back,
asset in this trade. He's not the number one
Yes, he
asset
is.
that they want.
Yes, he is.
No,
He's the number one
not.
asset. He's
No,
the
not.
all-star. He's a 29-point player game. He
The
takes
Ca-
Kyrie's spot.
The
He's a team player.
Cavaliers front office still think LeBron James is leaving. They want to persuade him to stay, but they still think that he is leaving.
Everybody
so the
should
number
think
one
that.
asset for them is the potential number one overall pick next year's
Potential.
draft. Okay.
What is it the worst? Third?
Worst case 4. Worst case 4th
Yeah,
pick.
but, you know, we've seen how that works out too many times to think that that's going to guarantee them anything.
What's a better-
And again, you said they can trade that. I got the asset part that works.
That's why that asset is the most important asset.
Don't you think that they're going to max out Isaiah if he's healthy?
think potentially. I think
Yeah.
I'm leaning 60-40 towards they would if he gives them 60 games and they make the playoffs and obviously make the finals. They make the finals and he performs well. Even if LeBron leaves, I think they're giving that contract. I do think that there is a chance that they let him walk, depending on what the situation with maintaining that pick and seeing what other things they can gauge for interest. But I don't think that it's a sure thing. And I also don't think that the injury is just something that I just think it's a really sleazeball move by Kobe Altman and the Cavs organization to go back on their word after they were completely 100% aware of the injury
I don't
situation.
think so.
I don't think physicals are.
I think Ainge was telling them that, look, he might miss a little bit, but he's going to be okay.
That's what he might miss. He might miss a little
Ainge
bit.
had a press conference where he talked about the hip. He said the hip was a legitimate concern.
Right.
It was known.
This was months ago.
He also said that
Now
the-
all of a sudden
that the
Cleveland's
injury
acting like this
comes
is
from his
news.
Youth. He said the injury comes way back. I know. I heard him say that, and he could very well miss a little bit going into the. That's the first time I heard that. Is when he said
Cleveland
that.
is posturing. They're trying to get greedy.
They're being greedy.
No, I don't think so.
I think they are.
I think he took a physical, and there's something there. And if there's something there, why wouldn't they want the option of going the other way on that trade? If there's something wrong with his hip,
There's
and he
is
needs
something wrong with
surgery.
his hip. He's hurt. His hip is damaged.
He has
His-
not played since the season ended.
Yes,
He has
because
not
he's
run.
injured. It's something
Right.
that's known. Something that's known.
Who wants an injured player?
That's part of the trade. That's part of his
But if
value.
he was
You need to
told,
factor
if
in
part of
that
the
he's going to be missing
conversation was that he's
games.
going to be able to play, and then their own doctors look at him, and there's something more wrong with him than Isaiah's own doctors fed to the Celtics.
I'm telling you, the Cavaliers doctor, after he had a physical with Isaiah Thomas, did not gain any more information that he did not have before the physical began.
You don't know that any more than I know that they're going to tell him that he needs surgery. You know, it's either way on that.
I bet you it's 50-50 with people telling him he needs
Well,
surgery.
50-50.
I got something on the trade. I think
50-50.
I think the best thing about the trade for the Celtics is I think Danny Ainge thinks way too much, and I think he thinks nobody's beating the Golden State Warriors in the next 2 years. I think Isaiah Thomas is slightly better than Kyrie Irving, based on especially on his years. So Kyrie Irving in 3 years is going to be way better than Isaiah Thomas. So he's thinking we're going to have a really competitive team with Kyrie Irving. With Isaiah Thomas, if at best we might beat the Cavs, at best, like if we play all out, if Hayward turns into even better than what he is, maybe, but you're not going to beat the Warriors. If we trade away and get Kyrie, we can beat the Warrior. We can be the best team in 3 years. I think that's the best thing about being a Celtics fan right now.
I think that's part of it. I think it is. I think you have to. The fact is that they were no match for the Cavs this year. The Celtics were no match for Cleveland this year. That's a fact. So I'm with Ainge 100% and doing something about that and trying to make a change that makes that team better. I love their roster with Kyrie on it. It sorts everything out.
And the same thing is
creates playing time for Brown, playing time for Tatum.
Right, that's what they need. They need the only way they
Nice.
can win the title is if Brown and Tatum emerge into players. They're not all-stars right now. They need to be borderline all-stars in order for us to win a championship.
Well, I
They
wouldn't
have to
ask the question
develop.
by
They're
a
going to
fan.
develop this year. Yeah.
I got a mailbag from my friend Nate in Upton. He says for Jalen or Jason to be included in the deal, what would we need to be returned?
Oh my God!
Love.
I wouldn't accept that.
You wouldn't accept love? No. I think I would.
Maybe love.
I think I would take Love and like a couple picks.
Tristan Thompson.
Love and Tristan Thompson?
No, just Tristan Thompson.
I don't want that money.
No, I wouldn't want that.
I kind of like it the way it is. I mean, but Cleveland's not giving more. No. That's
quite the hypothetical.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not including
It was a
Jason Tatum.
It was a mailbag.
Well, I like the mailbag. Your mailbag from your buddy about asking about Rozier. I think he's got I think he can be a player.
Oh yeah,
we know
they
that.
love
We
him.
know.
Right,
They
he's
love
young.
him.
It's another
So
reason our
he's a
team
guy
has
that now has
improved.
got a window for some minutes there. That's with their Kyrie roster. That I love that. I like Bain starting at center
yeah.
and Horford moving to the 4. At least as started. Horford's still going to have to play a lot of 5 that he doesn't want to do. But at least he's got freedom to go to the 4. I like that. And I'll put and Jaylen Brown.
He's going to start too.
He settles in with Kyrie a lot. I like Kyrie and Jaylen Brown a lot better than I like Isaiah and Jaylen Brown.
Jalen's going to
I
start.
don't know why.
I think
I'm not
Jalen's
really
starting.
sure why, but I like that.
I like Terry Rozier under the tutelage of Kyrie Irving too, with the experience, with the leadership that he's shown in playoffs, in the finals. I don't know about Marcus Smart. I don't know if those two will coexist that well, but he's kind of always the wild card.
Well, maybe he'll get him to play some defense. He
who
doesn't
to
play
play?
any defense.
I think next season.
I think Stevens is going
Next
to make
season,
it.
Kyrie
Okay.
Irving is going to play the best defense of his life.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying whether it's going to be
I'm
good.
happy to finally hear
It's
somebody
never
say
been good.
that.
He's
never
not a
been
good
good.
defender, but I'm going to say relatively he's going to play the best defense of his life.
Athletically, I mean, as a
He should.
coach, you've got to be looking at that guy and say he's capable of playing defense.
Oh, for sure.
He's got hands. He's got quick and
he's
fast
So
hands.
He's 6'2",
Stevens has got to be
6'3".
looking at him. He's got. I think Stevens can make that happen. I think he's going to be a better defender than Isaiah was.
Yeah, I think so.
Isaiah, I love Isaiah, and I hate sometimes that we get talking so negative about Isaiah because, boy, he was a champion, boy. He was a
Absolutely.
hero.
He was a heart. He was all about heart.
remember him forever.
What he did last year was just. But unfortunately, I think he maxed out. I don't think he can keep going better and better.
Yeah.
Right after the trade, to quote your brother Dylan, he said on my Facebook wall, he said, my head is saying this is the right move, but my heart is saying, oh man, I'm going to absolutely miss this.
I
I
wanted
agree.
to do it with Isaiah.
Yeah.
I wanted
It
to
was
do
the
with
fourth
him.
quarter.
It
you
just
know?
it felt so good with Isaiah, but
Definitely had a
I'm
connection.
saying with along those lines is that Kyrie meshed really well with LeBron. You can't say that on the court that really didn't work. So I don't have any problem with Kyrie. It's not like Kyrie's coming here as a problem child. He was there's not a he's going to be fine. He's going to be fine.
All right, we're going to move on to some hats, I think. Well, we talked about enough of these things. All right, so Sloan, you're going to be our hats person today. Have you seen the episodes with the hats on them? Basically, you're going to close your eyes. I'm going to put a team hat on your head.
Oh,
and then
great.
we're going to go one by one, and we're going to give you one-word hints. And you have to
Okay.
guess what the team is that is on
Oh,
your
wow,
head.
okay.
So
pressure's on.
So no players' names. No players' names,
Right.
and you got to give hints. So close your eyes. Give me
okay, relay hat.
Give me a hat, relay. Keep those eyes closed. Don't look in the mirror. There's a mirror over there, right? You can open them.
Disneyland.
That's 2 words.
Well, Disney.
One guess for each hint.
Oh, I thought it was going to be an easy one.
Well, he's got 2 teams. He's got to pick one of those 2.
Pinstripes.
Orlando Magic.
All right.
Eyes closed.
I said pinstripe.
You were
before I
too
got it.
slow.
I thought I was looking for a player. Oh, the fro. come
Logan's go.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That's so many words.
It's a lot of words, Cleveland Cavaliers.
All right. Eyes
Tell me what
closed. Eyes
words not
closed.
really what it is. I'm sorry.
You're good. Eyes open. Silicone.
Bridge.
Cheater.
Golden State Warriors.
I want it.
Fine, you can have it. Eyes closed. I think we got 2 more.
2 more.
Not good for the fro.
You're not good for the throw.
They can give a hint.
Louis Armstrong.
Yeah, Louis Armstrong. I agree.
Chicago Bulls. No.
Good. Good. You were going the right way there.
New Orleans.
Saxophone. Saxophone.
Utah Jazz.
Yeah.
Eyes closed. Last hat.
I didn't know where Louis Armstrong was from.
New Orleans was heading in the right direction, though. I don't know.
Malice.
Malice.
What'd you say?
Malice. I'm sticking to my one-word thing. I know
I don't
you
know
guys.
who that is.
I don't cheat.
I didn't cheat. I just said I don't know who it is. I don't know. I don't.
You don't know what that logo is?
No, the color. Look at the
I
color.
guess.
I guess.
And that letter.
Oh, okay. All right.
Kings had Malice.
I couldn't say the rest of the
Lawn
things.
ornament.
Lawn ornament.
I might be wrong with the
2
team.
words.
I don't know what that means.
Pelicans?
Yes.
No, that's not.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not.
Hoosiers. Hoosiers.
Oh, No, it's not. See, I told
Hoosiers.
you.
Pacers.
Yeah,
Pacers.
All right. Logan wins
What
hats.
was it?
Hoosiers.
Logan wins
Pacers.
hats.
That's
All
the
right,
Pacers.
Indiana.
I thought it was the Pelicans.
Dallas.
Where's
Oh,
Hoosiers?
We're gonna
very
do
What do you
confused.
mean? Indiana Hoosiers.
Okay, that's what you gave. All
Yes.
right. I did not get that.
We're gonna play some
Yellow.
cards.
It's yellow
And
basketball.
I know.
End off
Now
our
I
day
know.
today. Have you seen this segment? I'm
Yes.
gonna deal you 3 cards, or I'm gonna deal you 5
Five,
cards. You
you
choose
pick
3
3.
of them, and we battle for who has the best team. No
Best
coaches.
three on three.
Best
3 on
3
3.
on 3 team.
A little
We're
different
going
than
into the
5 on
big
5.
3. Is that what we're
Big
doing?
3, just like Ice Cube, right?
That's right.
Wow.
Gary
I'm
Payton.
glad this one stayed face down because that's not even going to turn over.
Oh yeah. I got the Joker.
That's cheating.
Wow. And then we got to.
Oh boy.
Wow,
Oh boy. Okay.
I'm pretty good.
Okay, I got my team. I got 3. So in 3, you kind of need a big guy. So I got Vlade Divac.
Oh, good passer. Good passer.
Good passer,
behind
good
the back.
defender. I got Michael Jordan
helps.
leading the team,
That helps.
which just puts me in a different level.
That helps.
And then I got Joe Dumars. I got all the good defenders, and I got Michael Jordan.
Yeah, that's good. I got a better big, and I think in the big 3 you need the big. I got Tim Duncan. So that for a big, that's what's going to be strong. in that
Vlade's
big
going to
three.
tee him up.
I don't know. He's pretty strong. And I got Mike Bibby at the point, which is a little bit weak, and then I got Markeith. I think Markeith or Markeith.
Markeith.
I got Markeith Morris at the
He's
point.
going to have trouble with Jordan. He's
Not a Celtic. Not a Celtic.
But,
So
Duncan
Your
can
team is
dominate.
struggling.
I got a Celtic. I got Marcus Morris for my toughness and my muscle. Kenyon Martin is dominating the big 3, so that's the type of player that Marcus Morris is going to be. I got knockdown shooter off ball Nick Van Exel, and then I got the answer Allen Iverson to be an easy scorer.
Yeah,
you give him
Allen, he's proven.
3 on 3
Oh,
space.
man. Let me show him what's
3
in
on
the game.
3.
Space.
He's
If
already
you have-
been suspended for the big 3.
So you're judging him when he's 40
I
because
guess.
this game is to
Well,
judge
that's
him
what
when
it
he's
is.
in the
That's
prime.
what, yeah, I'm looking at him.
All right,
We're
Sloan,
judging
what
at
do
the
you
prime.
got?
I think that's a weak
Sloans
team.
keep switching.
Prime.
Well,
He can't make a decision.
I had to cut Dikembe Mutombo, so I mean, that
Good,
was
good. I think he's
tough.
very
It was a
overrated.
tough cut, but I'm starting with Avery Bradley, a good defensive guard, can also score, can shoot inside, outside a little bit. Gordon Hayward, our
he's
newest
got Team
acquisition for the Celtics.
Yeah, nice.
He does.
And,
big?
obviously a great go-to player. And my big is Robert Parrish. So,
Team Celtics.
so I really like this game. This has been a
I
fun
like
experiment.
that.
I think Mike's the
it's-
worst.
I'm going there. I'm going with Sloan's team.
Okay, yeah, you're the worst team. You can pick. You pick
No,
Sloan.
you're the worst team.
Okay, if I'm the worst, Logan wins because he has Michael Jordan. So that's my pick. 3 on 3.
In a 3-on-3, I think my team would definitely
Okay, keep those.
challenge.
Keep those aside.
that.
Challenge
Jordan in 3-on-3 is
But
just
you got, at least you got
unfair.
Brad. I like to see Bradley play Jordan.
Got
That
the
would be pretty
Chief.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, Bradley on
interesting.
Jordan would be a nice
We'll
matchup.
do like one more of these, maybe. Then we'll
Maybe
call
you do a
it
D Wade.
call it a
block
day.
his shot.
a D Wade.
Boy, block.
Oh,
Avery's
man, I
famous
love
for
this
blocking
game.
Oh,
that.
I got another good 3-on-3 player. He's just going to dunk on everybody.
I like when Mike gets players. He
Oh,
doesn't like.
wow. I got
but-
another Joker.
I gave you 6
People are
cards.
stacking the deck.
This is a really hard.
Oh,
this
yeah,
is
you're
hard.
right, Jay. I did get somebody that I just can't play for.
Great, you get them all the time. It's awesome.
I think I got.
Oh my God, my team is unstoppable.
I got a really good team. I got
This guy better be
Sean
good.
Kemp. You need a big guy. I got Sean Kemp. He's going to dunk on a lot of people in a 3-on-3 game. Then I got the best player in the league right now, LeBron James.
That helps.
Dominating.
you
You
got
need a
autograph.
dominate
You got
player. And then I
autograph.
got Chris Middleton, who's going to hit some open jump shots
Autograph
when they
Chris Middleton.
double team LeBron every time.
Autograph Chris Middleton. All right, who you got, Mike?
I gotta play DeMarcus Cousins. That's really sad. But I
Not
gotta
that
play.
sad. He's way better than it's
But
better than
really,
Marco Yarich.
and really, if you're going to be playing a big in this 3-on-3, it's really Baron Davis will do the job,
Yep.
and a very underrated player. I know you guys dump on him left and right, but Phil Jackson was quite a player.
Great rebound. He's a great
LeBron
rebounder.
would dominate that team by himself.
Who you got?
I have,
You have a good
Russell
team, too.
Westbrook.
Yes, we all have good teams.
So that was a no-brainer. Great defender, maybe to lock down LeBron or at least contain him.
Who?
Scottie Pippen.
Oh, that's
Nice.
good. Yeah,
And then my
that
big,
would be
I
a
had
matchup.
to cut another one that I love. I love Dirk Nowitzki, but I had to cut him for Anthony Davis.
That's a solid team.
That's a
That's
good
a
team,
solid
yes.
team.
All right, so
That's a real good
I'm just
Nice
going
move
all
with
small
Davis, too.
forwards. All small forwards, domination. I got Dominique,
I wouldn't call
Dunk Show, Dominique. He's going to be catching oops all the time from Larry Bird. Larry Bird's going to dominate this 3-on-3 game. And then just to pour more salt in the wounds, I got another top 20 scorer all time, Carmelo Anthony on my team. So
Mike, your team's clearly the worst again.
I know my team is the worst, but I can't see Larry ever playing with Carmelo.
Yeah, Larry's going to be very frustrated.
I don't call Larry a small forward.
It's 3. Okay, fine. He can be whatever position he wants.
He could play. He would be great in 3-on-3, Larry would, because he could handle.
My team would dominate.
Oh,
we had 3 solid teams, Mike. Who
he
wins?
has the
Your
weakest
team
player.
loses.
He has the weakest player.
But I got the strongest.
He has the weakest player. Yeah, you choose the winner because you have the worst team.
You're out.
I like Sloan's team again.
Sloan's team wins. All right,
I get all the hats.
Save those 3. We'll do one more, and then we're going to call it quits. Even though I said that last time and the time before that. Yes, let's keep those aside. All right.
I get to keep these now?
Yeah.
Those are winners.
When do you think we're going to get info on the trade? Do you think it happens today?
The Cleveland trade?
Yeah, I bet you it's got
to be fast.
I was hoping
I'd have an update on my phone by now.
Yeah, I know.
I want some news. There was no news today on that.
I agree.
I want to hear something.
All right, I finally didn't get a jackpot, so I'm gonna start MVP D Rose when he was playing on the Bulls back 45 years ago. Then I'm gonna have. I got 2 Steve Kerr cards. Does that mean I have to play Steve Kerr?
2 Steve Kerr. You could play 2 Steve Kerrs.
That'd be terrible. That'd be a bad idea.
Yeah, a lot of 3-pointers.
Steve Kerr is on my bench. He'll be like coach.
He can coach.
And I'm gonna have some headbangers with Kurt Rambis and Marcus Camby.
Oh, represent UMass. Shout out UMass.
There you go.
Shout out Derek Carlog.
3-on-3, Derrick Rose would be a great 3-on-3 player.
Shout out Coach
Kinda
Cal.
like
Who you got? Who you got?
I got a horrible
You're
team.
making like a pyramid.
I got Eddie Jones.
Eddie Jones.
He's not strong enough. Antonio McDyess, not strong enough.
like
and
McDyess.
Bill
McDyess is
Cotton.
strong.
Your team is awful.
Who you got?
You're like
I
last
know,
place every
but I mean,
time.
I have the Twin Towers, Alonzo Mourning and Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaq in 3-on-3.
They might be able to play together. They may be able to play together. Who got for your
We're
third?
reuniting them from their Miami Heat days. And I have one of the most overpaid guards ever, Mike Conley Jr.
Wow.
Not bad.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
he's a real good player.
So
I don't hold that against him.
in my bigs, I can rival your bigs. I got the Admiral, David
his
Robinson, and Charles Barkley. And then in my guard forward swing spot, I got Jamal Mashburn.
Ooh,
who I think
okay.
would neutralize
Whoa.
Conley.
Interesting.
So I think you're the worst team again, so you can choose the
It's
winner.
easy again. I mean, I would love to see that in Sloan's team play because you're Conley, so you get to see the 3-on-3
Dynasty.
with the
Dynasty.
dominating ball handler, with the 2 bigs and the dominating ball handler.
Yeah.
That could be
Keep those aside.
really tough in the 3-on-3.
Mike, you got any chumps before we head out? Any chumps?
I didn't do any chumps this week.
Good.
Everyone's
Everyone's
forcing it.
Everyone behaved themselves this week. All right, awesome. Thank you for joining us for another episode of My Wheelhouse. Sloan, good job winning cards. I'm sure you'll be back on eventually.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it was
Anytime.
awesome. Until next time, guys. Have a good one. That's good.